Hello and welcome to English Unlocked. I am Luna.
And I am Luca. We are so happy you are here with us today.
So, Luca, imagine you are at work on Monday morning. Someone says, "Hey, how was your weekend?"
Oh, I know that moment. You open your mouth and then nothing comes out.
Exactly. And the weekend was normal. You went to the market, you watched a film, you slept late, but suddenly you cannot say any of it.
Yeah, and you end up saying something like, it was fine, it was okay, and then you feel a little strange.
A little empty, like your weekend was interesting, but your English was not ready.
That feeling is very common. Many English learners know it.
So today we are talking about how to describe your weekend in English. Simple, natural, honest sentences.
We want to help you feel more comfortable when someone asks that simple question.
Because the answer does not need to be long or perfect, it just needs to feel true.
And we will share some real phrases you can use, easy ones that sound natural.
Yes. So if you have ever said it was okay and wanted to say more, this conversation is for you.
Luna, can I tell you something a little embarrassing?
Of course, tell me.
Last week, my colleague asked about my weekend, and I had a really nice weekend. I went to the park, I had lunch with my family, I finished a book I really liked.
Oh, that sounds like a lovely weekend.
It was great, but when she asked, I just said, it was fine, thanks.
Oh no, after all of that.
After all of that, I just said fine, and I walked away feeling like I had nothing to say.
But you had so much to say. The park, the lunch, the book.
I know. The problem was not that I had nothing. The problem was I did not know where to start.
That is the real problem for many learners. Not the words, just the starting.
Right, and fine or okay is safe. You can always say it. Nobody gets angry.
But it stops the conversation. The other person does not know if you want to talk or not.
Exactly. And then the moment passes and you feel a little disappointed in yourself.
I know that feeling. You think, why did I not say something more?
So how do we start? What is the first step?
I think the first step is just one sentence. One real sentence about something you did.
One sentence, not a list, not a long story, just one thing.
Yes. For example, I went to the park on Saturday. That is enough to begin.
That sounds so simple, but it really is enough, right?
It is, because after that, the other person usually asks a question, and then the conversation just continues. So let us practice the start. The easiest way is to use I and a verb.
Like, I went, I watched, I cooked.
Yes, short and clear. I went to the market. I watched a film. I slept late.
I slept late. That is very relatable.
Very relatable and very honest.
So the structure is I plus a past verb plus a short detail. I went to the park. I cooked dinner at home.
Right, and the detail makes it real. Not just I went out, but I went to the park near my house.
The small detail makes it feel like a real story.
Exactly. And it is easy for the other person to ask a follow-up question, like, oh, which park?
Or, what did you cook? And suddenly you are in a real conversation.
Yes, one sentence becomes two, two becomes three, and you are talking.
Okay. But what if your weekend was really quiet, like you stayed home the whole time?
Oh, that is a good question, because many people feel embarrassed if their weekend was not exciting.
Right? Like, I did nothing interesting sounds a little sad.
But staying home is a real weekend too. You can say, I had a quiet weekend at home. That sounds comfortable, not sad.
A quiet weekend at home. I like that. It sounds like a choice, not a problem.
Because it was a choice. and relaxing at home is a valid thing to do.
Yeah, you do not need to go to a party every weekend to have a good answer.
Exactly. I stayed home and watched films. I rested at home. These are real sentences.
Luna, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Is it okay to add a feeling, like to say how the weekend made you feel?
Yes, and I think that is the part that makes your answer interesting. Not just what you did, but how it felt.
So not just I went to the beach, but I went to the beach and it was really relaxing.
Right. Or I went to the market and it was so busy. The feeling gives the other person something to connect to.
I see, because everyone understands relaxing or busy, those feelings are universal.
Yes. And simple words like nice, relaxing, fun, tiring, or quiet are enough. You do not need difficult adjectives.
Tiring is a good one. Sometimes you want to say, my weekend was not bad, but I am still tired.
Heh, yes, very honest. It was good but tiring. That is a perfect answer.
Good but tiring. Two words and the other person understands everything.
They probably feel the same way.
What about when something specific happened, like a small story?
Like what?
Like, I went to a new restaurant and the food was amazing, or I found a great coffee place.
Oh, I love those moments. You can share that easily. I tried a new restaurant on Sunday. The food was really good.
Simple, right? You do not need to describe every dish.
No, one sentence with a feeling is enough. I tried a new place and I loved it.
And if the other person is interested, they will ask for more.
Right, you do not have to tell everything at once.
I think that is something many learners forget. They feel like they need to share the whole story immediately.
Yes, like the whole weekend in one answer, but that is too much pressure.
Much easier to say one thing, wait, and then add more if the conversation continues.
And honestly, the other person is not always expecting a long story. They are just being friendly.
Okay, but here is another situation. You say one sentence, and the other person asks, "Oh yeah, what did you do there?"
Oh, yes, the follow-up question. That can feel scary.
It can, because now you need to say more and your brain starts working very fast.
I know that feeling. Your heart beats a little faster.
So what do?
I think the key is to stay simple. You do not need to give a lot of information. Just answer the one question.
So if they ask, "What did you do there?" I just say what I did, like, "We had lunch outside and walked around after."
Yes, one thing, not three things at once. We had lunch outside. Done.
And then if they want to know more, they ask more.
Exactly. You are not responsible for filling all the silence. The other person can ask questions too.
That is a helpful way to think about it. It is a two-way conversation.
Right. You give one piece of information, they respond. You give another, it moves together.
What if you forget a word in the middle? Like you want to say something, but you cannot remember how to say it?
Oh, that happens to me too. Even now sometimes.
Really?
Yes. And I think the best thing is to keep going with simpler words. If you cannot say exhausted, say very tired.
Simple words still work.
They always work. The goal is to communicate, not to impress.
The goal is to communicate, not to impress. I really like that.
And if you need a moment, you can say, "How do I say this?" or "What is the word for?" People are usually happy to help.
That is a brave thing to do, though, to ask for help in the middle of a sentence.
It is brave, yes, but it also shows you are trying, and people respect that.
Can we practice a short example, like a real conversation?
Yes, let us try it. You ask me about my weekend.
Okay. Hey, Luna, how was your weekend?
It was nice. Thanks. I went to the market on Saturday morning. It was very busy, but I liked it.
Oh, nice. What did you buy?
Just vegetables and some fruit, and a really good coffee from a small place near the entrance.
The coffee is always the important part.
Always. And on Sunday, I just stayed home and read a little. It was a quiet day.
That sounds like a good weekend.
It was nothing special, but nice.
See? That was natural. Short sentences, simple words, one small story.
And I added a small feeling at the end. Nothing special, but nice. That is honest and real.
Nothing special, but nice. I want to remember that phrase.
It works for many weekends, I think.
And you did not say everything that happened. You chose 2 or 3 moments.
Right. You do not need to describe every hour of your weekend. Just pick 1 or 2 things that feel easy to say.
That makes it less stressful. You choose what to say, not what you are supposed to say.
Exactly. It is your weekend. You decide what to share.
Okay, one more situation. What if you really do not want to talk about your weekend? Maybe you are tired, or it was a difficult weekend.
Oh, that is real life. Sometimes you do not want a long conversation on Monday morning.
So what can you say?
You can be honest and short. It was a bit tiring, to be honest, or just, I needed the rest.
I needed the rest. That is so natural. Everyone understands that.
And it is kind. You are not rude, you answered, but you did not open a long conversation.
Right. You can close the answer gently. It was a quiet one. I just needed some time at home.
The other person usually understands. They have weekends like that too.
We all do. There is no weekend too boring to talk about, and no weekend too quiet to skip.
Every kind of weekend is a valid answer. Busy, relaxing, social, alone, all of it is real.
I like that. All of it is real.
Yes, we really do.
What about when someone asks and you really just want to say good is good enough?
Good is okay. But you can make it a little warmer with one small detail. It was good. I finally got some rest.
Finally got some rest. That sounds like a real person.
Because it is a real feeling. We all look forward to rest sometimes.
So even the quietest weekend has something real to say.
Always. Even I slept and watched films is a true and complete answer.
Luna, let us do a quick summary. Not a list, just the main feeling.
Okay, I think the main feeling is your weekend does not need to be exciting to talk about it.
Right. You do not need a big trip or a special event. You just need one honest sentence.
And a small feeling. I went to the park and it was really peaceful. I stayed home and it was exactly what I needed.
Simple and real. And if you forget a word, keep going. Use simple words. Ask for help if you want.
The conversation is not a test. It is just 2 people talking.
2 people who both have ordinary weekends most of the time.
Exactly. Nobody is always traveling or going to parties.
Most weekends are. I cooked something, I watched something, I rested.
And that is a real life. And a real life is worth talking about.
Before we finish, I want to give you one small thing to try.
A challenge.
Yes. Think about last weekend. Pick one thing you did. Say it out loud in English. Just one sentence.
I went to. I watched. I cooked. Start there.
Say it to yourself, to a friend, to your wall. It does not matter. Just say it.
And if you want to share, write it in the comments. We would love to read your weekend sentence.
Even a quiet weekend. Even I slept late and it was wonderful.
Thank you so much for listening to English Unlocked today.
We hope this conversation helped you feel a little more confident about a very ordinary moment.
Because ordinary moments are part of every language, and you deserve to talk about them too.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe so you do not miss the next one. Luna and I are always here.
And remember, you do not need perfect English to have a real conversation. You just need to start.
Take care. Bye.